Thank you very much for being here with us. Please tell me your name and what you do.
Hi, my name is Evan Luthra. I'm a serial entrepreneur and an angel investor. I build and invest in fast-growing technology companies, among other things. I started when I was pretty young. I started building my first app when I was 13 years old, sold my first company at 17, made money from that, started investing that back into technology. Bought my first Bitcoin in 2014, got into crypto really got involved as an entrepreneur in 2017 when I started investing in a lot of projects, helped take multiple projects to market, did equity investments like Hedera Hashgraph, Ripple, top 20 market cap coins, not tokens, have investments in about 100 plus companies equity-wise, and another 200 plus companies token-wise.
And that is certainly a very broad coverage. Is it easy to get an investment from you?
It's easy, you mean, sorry?
Yeah, that's what is the question.
Yes.
Do I just come up and say, hey, I am doing this, and you give the investment?
Yes, if I like something, I invest in it. So it's pretty straightforward. The only criteria is if I like it. It's my own money. I don't manage any other people's money. And I'm quite approachable, actually. Anybody can email me on evan@evanluthra.com. I reply. I check all my emails myself. It sometimes takes up to 2 weeks, but I do get back. And if I like something, I'll invest.
And what are the kind of things that you like or that you don't like?
So I'd mostly like to stick to technology. I also have an incubator startup studio, so where we work with non-tech entrepreneurs, and we don't just give money, we actually give them resources. I have 200 people who work full-time for me, all technical guys. So what we do is we work with entrepreneurs who have great ideas, and for the right entrepreneur, the right idea, we help build their vision and build the company from the ground up. So it's more than just capital too. And then I have a massive following. I have 2 million people who follow me, and I can help take these projects to market. So through this incubator, we have built about 35 plus companies, and the combined market cap of the companies that we have built and invested in is in excess of $10 billion. We have tens of millions of users across 24 countries. So it's done well. It's done well. And yeah, every day people reach out to me, and so mostly we look for people who have a strategic expertise in their area, and if we like it, then we work with them. As far as just investing, it's very, very broad, man. Like, it's very broad. I've invested in all kinds of companies, in all kinds of industries. I have a vodka company, I have cannabis companies, I have fashion companies, so all kinds. So even outside of technology, but generally, we like to stick to technology. I believe technology is going to disrupt all industries. So I like to see how we can use technology to make systems and processes more efficient, and that's what we look for.
And what is your typical check size?
Again, it varies a lot. So over 300 different investments, it's not really one check size. So sometimes, like, I'm limited by how much I can invest, right? A lot of the really hyped and really top projects, they don't let you invest. So I would say I want to invest $100K. They say, no, you can only invest 15. But it varies between $25,000 to $100,000, depending on the project and how much I can actually invest.
How do you see the growth opportunities of your investments, especially the valley of death towards an A round in equity, or the ability of a blockchain project to attract and maintain active users? I mention both because they are kind of similar in how they represent a serious obstacle for projects that start well, but then have run the risk of running out of money.
So it's obviously different equity and token investments. So for me, generally, you're asking how much growth I see, right?
How do you help your investee companies bridge that danger zone?
So like I said, I mean, I have 2 million plus people who follow me, and they have made a lot of money following my tips and advice and companies that I get them in. And so it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, I can bring them massive community. I can offer value in 3 different ways. There's credibility, there's community, and there's capital. That's me, personal value. Then, like I said, I have an incubator where we have 200 people who work full time. That's only job is to basically help the companies that we're incubating. For the companies that I invest in, I can give them like my community. If I like it, I will share with my community, hey, this is a project I invested in. Maybe I should look at it. Then obviously I have a big name. So I, at least in the crypto space, I've spoken at hundreds of events in person, live, not Zoom or other stuff. I write for Cointelegraph, I write for Forbes, I write for Cryptonomics. So consider it like a KOL. So they can use my name and list me as an investor. That brings credibility and then capital, like I said, so obviously giving them money.
how do you feel about certain jurisdictions squandering opportunities because, for example, they have a very strong developer community, but they are not leveraging it, especially in the crypto space? And I am thinking about India.
Yeah, I already thought that. I got what you said when you were saying. So actually, there's a lot of projects coming out of India in the blockchain space. I think there is just a lot of projects coming out of India right now. India is the technical outsourcing capital of the world. So, that's where all the tech is mostly built. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think people are not leveraging. I think there are great companies being built out of India. But Indians are not good at selling. They're not good. So they're great at tech. So they need these partners like what you say is a white man who knows how to talk and really, help these projects go ahead. And I think that's where Indians actually lack. I don't think the regulatory hurdles, I think that's more a misconception. It's fully legal in India to go and start your own blockchain project. It's also fully legal to buy and hold Bitcoin and also trade cryptocurrencies. I'm an equity investor in India's first crypto exchange, started in 2013, invested by people like Tim Draper and Digital Currency Group. So 2013, I'm an equity investor, and it's been running since then. So this exchange actually went to court, Supreme Court, with the Indian government, fighting for the right for Indians to have access to crypto. So it's the oldest exchange, most reputable in India, and people use it all the time. They have multiple millions in volume.
It is interesting because what you said is that reality is stronger than the perception, and that is what FUD is about, right?
Yep.
That is an effective FUD that we do need as professionals in the field to dissipate, so that people, both on the retail side as well as on the professional side, have the confidence, regardless of the geography, of what they can do, what can be done from a technology point of view and from a regulatory point of view. So that is why people like you with a large audience are important, because you can clarify, you can really send a positive message to everyone.
I agree. I think I fully agree when I say reality is more, perception is actually more important than reality in the crypto markets right now, because perception drives the token value. Perception drives value. It's very straightforward. I mean, even if you're doing the best things and you're building the best product, your exchange maybe has the lowest fees, etc. But if people don't know that, you're going to get a utility, and people are not going to hold you. People are not going to invest in you. So I think as an influencer, as a KOL, our responsibility lies in pushing the right content forward and informing the communities of what is happening. And I don't work as a KOL as a business, right? I mean, I don't charge companies a lot of money. Hey, pay me this money, I'll go make a video about you. I don't do that. So for me, it's like a way to give back to the people. It's a way to inspire and educate people. And I've been talking about crypto since 2014 on my Instagram, right? That's when I bought my first Bitcoin, I shared that. Hey, I bought this Bitcoin. If people followed, they would have done very, very well. So, and I go to all these conferences, I give speeches, and I post that stuff too. So, but I only use Instagram, so I don't have any other time for Twitter or Facebook or Telegram groups. I don't run any of that. I'm an entrepreneur first, an investor second, an influencer third. So it's like the third priorities, and being involved in so many companies, you don't really get too much time.
And how do you manage multiple companies at the same time? What is your management style, delegation, building trust, finding the right people that you can trust?
So God bless, I have the freedom to do what I want, when I want, how I want. So the other benefit of investing in so many companies is that I have all these opportunities. I can wake up and decide today I want to work on this company. All these companies have their own teams already. So I'm mostly adding value. I don't take executive role in any company. I only act as an advisor. So I have the freedom. Today I wake up, I want to work here. I will go and help this company. Tomorrow I wake up, I want to go and help this company.
So it is up to them to acquire your attention.
Exactly. The more you ask, the more they get. I always tell this to people, ask, because the more you ask, the more you will get. The worst is I could say, no, sorry, I'm busy right now, or I'm in Monaco right now in the pool. So, so it's I like to, my number one priority in life is freedom. And I think crypto has given me that freedom, crypto and investing generally. And so I like to keep myself the freedom to do what I want and how I want. So that's the way. There's no management style. It's mostly the Evan style. Is like, do what you want.
What is the next development that you are excited about, that you see is around the horizon? And it could be NFTs, it could be the metaverse, or something completely different.
So I mean, the whole crypto space is very, very exciting for me because there's so much innovation happening. That's the cool thing about crypto, is that when you work with the smartest people. Blockchain tends to attract the smartest people in the world to come and work on it, right? And to me, it's a way to distribute governance, and it's to decentralize businesses and organizations, and it's to give power back to the people. So that's the point. So I mean, what's the most exciting is like all of it. It's all of it. And if you're not passionate about something, it's very, very hard to attain success doing that. So I'm actually quite passionate. I'm very curious. I like this. So being able to invest in all these companies, you learn about all these companies and what all these smart people are doing every day. So like metaverse, NFTs are all great. They're going to change the world as we know today. For sure, the world is going to come, and there's like a big changes coming. A metaverse is basically like you're talking about a world where people are going more and more and more virtual. Already, the average person spends hours on hours looking at screen all day. So what do you think is going to happen when people are living in a metaverse where they're literally spending all their time looking at a screen all day?
Did anyone following you create yet a synthetic tracker fund of your tokens of the investee companies, so that there could be a virtual portfolio that someone could emulate in order to follow your steps?
So most people can't invest in the deals I get access to. Reason being, to invest early into deals, you need to have a lot of massive value add. You need to go to the companies, and like I said, I can't invest. A lot of the companies, I can't even invest how much I want.
I'm talking about liquid tokens.
Liquid tokens. I don't think there is anybody who's actually done this, because most people don't know. I mean, I don't share all the investments I do. I only share a few where I think will do well for the community. Like I'm willing to lose my money. I'm one of the highest risk takers I know. I take 100% risk. I don't care tomorrow if I go broke. I don't think it's going to happen because I have so much locked assets which I can't even sell, which are going to keep paying me for life. But I don't care about using all my liquidity to go into new projects, because risk has given me what it is, right? I'm where I am today because of the risk I took early on. So that allows me to take more and more risk. And for me, the goal is either go to the moon, or I don't want to make a few $100 million. That's not the goal here.
What is your advice for someone who is in your position 10 years ago or 8 years ago when you bought your first Bitcoin? What is the kind of risk that they should be taking?
See, risk depends on everybody individually. So it also depends on what kind of a safety net you have, and what stage you're in your life. Now, I'm blessed that I come from a good family, so I didn't need money from my dad because I had my first exit early. But I always knew in the back of my mind that if something happens, I can go back to my home and say, hey, I'm broke, I need food, I need a place to sleep. So my family welcomed me with open hands. They actually want me to come back to home, and I travel all over the world, barely going home. So I have this safety net in the back of my mind that allows me to take more and more risk. And I realized that, and on top of that, I'm 26, I'm single, I don't have that many responsibilities, I don't have commitments. Like I said, I'm not working anywhere full time, I'm only advising companies. So it allows me to take these higher and higher risks. So I think it really depends on the individual itself. If you have kids, you can obviously not think and take the same risk as somebody who doesn't have kids, right? So, and you also want to know what is your goal. You want to know what is your goal, because if you don't have a goal, then you can't have a strategy, right? Is your goal? My goal is to make massive amounts of value, create massive amounts of value. Money is a byproduct of creating value, right? So my goal is to create massive amounts of value, so that allows me to take massive risks. But what I tell people is like, if somebody at 15, I would tell focus on doing what you're passionate about, right? Do what you love, and I think you will get success. And when you do what you love, you're willing to take higher risks. So that's why you say when people take the highest risk for their family, right? Because they love the family. So do what you love, so that allows you to take more risk. And I think that's what I would also say. Do what you love, ask people for help, go out and also learn to leverage. I don't mean leverage trading. I don't do any leverage trading. But learn to leverage other people's time and other people's money to work for you. So that's how you grow. Everybody has 24 hours a day. But if you have 200 people working for you, you're getting the benefit of what they're creating. Then learn to leverage code. So I work in technology reason because you have the leverage of code. You build something once, you can sell it 1 billion times. You can make it in one app and 1 billion people can download it. My parents work in fashion, so they have to make one clothes, they have to make a second one, the third one to keep making that profit. But in leverage of code, you don't have to keep creating again and again. Then you have leverage of media. The more you're out there, the more you grow, the more people know you, the more opportunities come to you. So I don't do any sales. I don't have a marketing team for my incubator or even for myself. It's all just attracting people by creating value for others.
Well, congratulations for your past success, and good luck with your current and future investments. Thank you very much for being with me today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, guys. And if anybody's watching this is interested, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or on email is the best, evan@evanluther.com. Thank you.